and welcome to WNBA Digest. This is week 1 of the WNBA 2025 season. This week, the WNBA kicked off their 29th season on Friday, May 16th, 2025. And it's already very, very chaotic. It's been a great week of WNBA, and I can't wait to talk about it. First up, we got to talk about the Liberty, who hung their banner in their home opener. Now, I actually was out the game. Full disclosure, I am not a Liberty fan, but I am from the East Coast and I was home for the weekend, so I decided to go to see them take on the Aces. And although I was rooting for the Aces to win the game, which they didn't, it was still really cool to see them hang the banner and see all the fans. When I was a kid, I actually got to go to some Liberty games in Madison Square Garden when Rebecca Lobo and Teresa Weatherspoon used to play. So while I was not rooting for them last year, I was really excited to see. It was really cool. The banner went up. They gave all the fans in the arena these cute little banners, which I took home, even though I'm a hater. I do like memorabilia. So this WNBA season, there was a lot of moves in the off season, so a lot of teams look different. So we were just talking about the Liberty, the defending champs. Let's talk about them. So this off season, they acquired Natasha Cloud from Connecticut Sun and the Phoenix Mercury in a trade, which, can I just say, feels like malpractice because they are the reigning champs and they just got Natasha Cloud, who's also a champion in her own right. And I just don't know why the league let them do that, because it's gonna be a problem. Now, as I said, Natasha Cloud came from the Phoenix Mercury. The Phoenix Mercury also looked different this year. First up, OG GOAT Diana Taurasi retired, so she's no longer on the team. And the team has also acquired Alyssa Thomas from Connecticut and Satu Sabli from Dallas. Now let's talk about Dallas. Dallas also looks a little bit different because they acquired Dejanay Carrington from Connecticut, as well as Alyssa Smith from Indiana, and they got Paige Beckers. She was the #1 pick from University of Connecticut. Now let's talk about Indiana. Indiana also looks different. They acquired Dewana Bonner and Natasha Howard in their offseason, and they also had a trade that brought them Sophie Cunningham. Los Angeles Sparks acquired Kelsey Prum from Las Vegas Aces in a 3-team trade that also included the Storm. The Seattle Storm sent Jewel Lloyd to Las Vegas, and Las Vegas, as I said, sent Kelsey Plum to Los Angeles Sparks, and then the Sparks sent the #2 pick to the Storm. Another team that looks different is the Atlanta Dream. The Atlanta Dream acquired Brittany Griner from the Mercury and Brianna Jones from Connecticut Sun. So they also look a bit different, and I'm excited to see how they look. Now, because it's week 1, every team has played various games. Some teams have played 3, some teams have played 5, and some teams have played 4. But everyone has at least played 3 games, so here are the standings. And as you can see, we have some teams streaking. We have the Minnesota Lynx and the Liberty, who have not lost a game. The Minnesota Lynx are 4-0, whereas the Liberty are 3-0. And then at the bottom, we have just the opposite. We have the Connecticut Sun, the Chicago Sky, and the Dallas Wings, who also have not won a game. So they're streaking in the wrong way. But lucky for us, next week, the Dallas Wings and the Connecticut Sun are facing off. So one of them will get a win, and next week we'll recap that for you. And as you can see with the rankings, there's 1 through 8. Those are the 8 teams right now that are in playoff contention, and then all the teams below it are the teams that are fighting for playoff or have accepted the tank. But it's too early to tell those things now. Okay, as I said earlier, the first week kicked off and it's already spicy. The girls are fighting and I absolutely love it. Now, the WNBA has always been known to be very tense, very spicy. The girls have a good time and we can be totally normal about this, okay? We don't have to get racist. We don't have to call the cops. We don't have to dox refs. We don't have to harass players on the internet. We can just enjoy the chippiness because they're fierce competitors and we all love the sport and they're passionate about what they do. There's been a ton of fun clips that we want to share with you from this week with the girls fighting. First off, we have the Suns and the Mystics that were playing, and things got chippy, and honestly, all the players just ended up laughing because it was ridiculous. But we love to see it. Next up, we have the Mercury versus the Sparks. Satu and Azare both going up for a rebound and then pushing each other, and the ball's getting thrown.
Different shots at the hole, and everything getting a little chippy right now.
The Dallas Wings versus the Minnesota Lynx. Dejanay going for a hard block and basically being like, say something. We love to see it. Nafisa Collier taking a foul shot she wasn't supposed to, and the Dallas Wings calling her on it and her just laughing because she knew she wasn't supposed to. Tiffany Hayes of the Golden State Valkyries ended up with a bloody nose, which was nuts, and then just her on the bench just waving with her bloody nose, because at that point, what are you gonna do with the broken nose? Side note, this is the second broken nose this week because Jewel Lloyd also got a broken nose playing the Liberty in that opening game. Ryan Howard playing incredible defense on Caitlin Clark and them getting Chippy. And finally, Kia Stokes letting everyone know that her block was clean, which ended up leading to the Las Vegas Aces getting their first win of the season. Now, while I love the spice, I am a softie at heart, and although I'm not usually a crier, I do find myself crying a lot when it comes to women's basketball. And there was quite a few things this first week that made me tear up. So first up, we got to talk about A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson's one of my favorite players. She released her sneakers these past 2 weeks, and ahead of it, she released an incredible commercial that if you haven't seen, we're gonna show you a little clip now. Maybe not the whole thing, but just so you can understand why it's adorable.
A'ja Wilson's on top, top, top. Can't take her spot, spot, spot. She's a real one, true. Always does what she'll do.
Oh my goodness, this is a great feeling.
She won MVP, PP, 1, 2, and 3, 3. Her game is T. She made history, free.
So first up, some players are wearing her shoes. Tina Charles of the Connecticut Sun was wearing her shoes. In this clip below, you can see Tina asking her to sign them before the game, which we love to see because even though they're fierce competitors, they still support each other. Next, I was fortunate enough to order a pair of A1s on the Nike app. I set my alarm, I got them. I have big, wide feet, so I sized up 2 sizes. And when they came, they were still too small. The length was fine, but the width wasn't. I got wide feet. Here's a picture of me being very sad about it because I realized that I have to return them because there's no point in collecting a shoe you can't fit. And some people were saying like, oh, just keep them. But listen, I predict that A'ja's gonna have so many more A1s. There's gonna be A1-2, A1-3. And I feel like my queen's gonna listen to this and she's gonna say, we're gonna make some wide ones for wide foot people like you, Jillian. Now, as I said before, the members of the New York Liberty received their rings. When I saw Stewie get her rings with her 2 children, it made me tear up. And then later on her social media, she posted pictures of her grandma wearing her rings. And I just think it's so cool because Breanna Stewart is such a badass and she has so many rings in all levels of life, and how dope is it for her to show her grandma wearing all of them? Made me tear up. Finally, the last thing that made me cry this week was Courtney Vandersloot and Allie Quigley. If you don't know, Courtney Vandersloot and Allie Quigley are married teammates or were married teammates. They both played for the Chicago Sky when they won the championship in 2021. Currently, Allie Quigley is not playing, but Courtney Vandersloot is still playing. She won a ring on the Liberty last year and she's back with the Sky. Well, the two of them welcomed a baby girl. The absolute cutest thing you could ever see. So adorable. I stand them. They're one of my favorite WNBA couples. Baby Jenna is so adorable. And so we have a few clips that I thought were really cute. First, in preseason, there's a clip of Angel asking to see the baby, and this was before they announced it, so I was very confused as to what. But now that we know, the Chicago Sky also played the Liberty this week at home, and Courtney Vandersloot's former Liberty teammates were also asking to see the baby because they also are rooting for them as a couple. And finally, here's a clip of Allie with the baby in the audience. We stand a beautiful lesbian couple. We stand a beautiful lesbian couple. They're so cute. Now, we know every week we might not be able to talk about every single team, so we want to give you one sentence about each team before we go, just so that no fan base feels discriminated against. Number 1, Atlanta Dream. I think they need more time to figure it out, but I do see the vision. Chicago Sky. I think everyone owes Teresa Weatherspoon an apology because clearly this is a roster issue and that's the GM's responsibility. Connecticut Sun. AZ Fudd's gonna look great in this jersey next year. Dallas Wings. AZ Fudd might also look good in this jersey next year. Golden State Valkyries, doing better than I expected, all things considering. Indiana Fever, Aaliyah Boston 30-year jump, this might be the difference maker. Las Vegas Aces, I think it's clear that they need a general manager, and I'm worried that they might be cooked. Los Angeles Sparks, so what's the plan here? Because I'm confused. Minnesota Lynx, back from the WNBA Finals loss and looking for revenge. New York Liberty. I wouldn't expect anything less from the defending champs, and yet again, it's malpractice that you guys got Natasha Cloud in the offseason. Phoenix Mercury. Our dear Kalia Copper is out for 7 weeks, so hopefully Satu Sabali and Alyssa Thomas can hold it down until she gets back and keep them afloat. Seattle Storm. Okay, I'm starting to see the vision here. Washington Mystics, already a better start than last season, and the rookies are holding it down. Okay, and that's week 1 of WNBA Digest.